Tonight, jobs stall. Hundreds of workers face an uncertain future as a trucking company hits the wall.
I got bills to pay, we got mortgage to pay. So I have to think, what am I going to do next week?
A sigh of relief for weary fire crews and residents as the threat to Gippsland towns eases.
They're pretty right now. We see no immediate threat to the community.
And caught on camera, the secret recording that helped nab a welfare fraudster.
This is 10 News at 5 with Stephen Quartermain.
Good evening and welcome to 10 News. First tonight, hundreds of families are facing a heartbreaking Australia Day after trucking company Wetton Halls went into administration. More than 450 jobs could be lost nationwide, with employees fearing they won't receive what's owed to them. Rory McLaren reports on yet another body blow to local industry.
A bitter blow for Wetton Halls workers, now facing an uncertain future.
We were at work yesterday and...
Now here's Rob Waters looking ahead to Friday night sport.
Stephen, Andy Murray prepares to conquer Roger Federer. Victoria Azarenka on the back foot about yesterday's injury timeout. Barty and Delacqua battle for doubles glory. All that plus David Hussey's international career at the Crossroads, and we chat one-on-one to Tigers coach Damien Hardwick. And speaking of Tigers, Wood's up and firing in his first tournament of 2013.
Thanks, Rob. Coming up in 10 News, booze blitz. Police warn drink drivers there's nowhere to hide this Australia Day long weekend. And crashing entry, the surprise visitor who shocked some Canterbury residents. Welcome back. Police have warned they'll be out in force over the Australia Day long weekend. And as David Woywood reports, the state government has unveiled its new plan to help hospitals deal with an influx of substance-affected patients.
Not even Melbourne's newest road is spared the eye of the law.
I'm big breathing today until I say stop, thanks.
Drivers randomly breath.
Coming up in 10 News, a mother's shock at bizarre advice to treat her son. Revving up, haven for petrol heads at a hot rod show, and a teenager's dramatic rescue from raging floodwaters. You're watching 10 News, and parents are being warned not to seek advice from online forums after an alarming remedy was suggested for children with ADHD. Energy drink Red Bull has been touted as a way of calming children, but doctors say it could damage brain development. Sarah Arbo explains.
When mother of three, Kelly Johnson, discovered her 6-year-old son had attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, she didn't know where to turn.
Now it's back to Emma with the latest on the weather.
Thanks, Stephen. Good evening. Well, as expected, a warm night in the city. We had a low of 24 degrees, and then at 7:30 this morning, it was 30. That westerly change announced itself with gusty winds and spots of rain. And then we had an even cooler southwesterly change come through about midday. Tomorrow, though, for Australia Day, the forecast is a top of 23, partly cloudy, and there could be a late shower or two. So perhaps around lunchtime is the best time for that barbecue. We're expecting these partly cloudy and milder conditions to stick around for early next week. I'll have more weather for you in half an hour. See you then.
Thanks, Emma. Coming up, Catholic school teachers to take a stand with their state counterparts, and the chance to become neighbours with residents of Melbourne's most famous street. This is 10 News. Victorian teachers have been bolstered by reinforcements in their long-running battle with the state government for better pay. Their Catholic school counterparts have joined the strike action scheduled for February. 10 state political reporter David Woywood joins us now. And David, this is a fresh blow for the Baillieu government.
Well, certainly it's not good news for the government, Stephen. It was only last night that both the Education Union and the state government agreed...
Jade Vincent, 10 News.
Now Rob Waters is back with Friday Night Sport.
Stephen, tennis again dominates as a couple of Aussie girls shoot for Grand Slam glory, while Andy Murray eyes off Roger Federer. David Hussey dropped for the second time in a week. We chat with Tigers coach Damien Hardwick. Victory ready to face off with Alessandro Del Piero. And who says kayaking is relaxing? The daredevil who tamed the Falls of Mexico. Good evening. Andy Murray will be out to beat Roger Federer for the first time in a major when the two lock horns in tonight's semi-final. Andre Agassi is tipping the Scot to win and says men's tennis is in a golden age, with three current players laying claims to being the greatest of all time. Roger Aldridge with more.
Andy Murray leads Roger Federer 10-9 in head-to-head meetings, but he's never taken Federer's scalp at a Grand Slam.
Enjoy your weekend, Steve.
That's impressive. Thanks, Rob. Now, let's have a look at the Powerball results. And one winner, $6 million richer. Division 2 returns $45,000. Division 3 pays almost $6,000. Division 4, $134. Time now to check traffic again, so it's back to Emma in the chopper.
Thanks, Stephen. In the Car City traffic chopper, just starting to build a touch around the tennis, especially on Alexandra Avenue both ways, Swan Street and Punt Road, heading towards Swan Street. If you're not heading to the tennis over the weekend, best to avoid it. It will be very heavy through the entire area. Plenty of delays on the freeways too, including Eastlink southbound, very heavy from Thompson Road to a smash right at the start of Peninsula Link being reported. Avoid it if you can. Also getting reports of a smash of Infantry Gully on the Burwood Highway at Dorset Road. Please drive safely over the long weekend. See you soon.
Thanks, Emma. Emma O'Sullivan is next after the break with the weather. And pie almighty, just how much does this iconic Aussie pastry weigh? Welcome back, and here's something to sink your teeth into, Australia's largest meat pie. The 70-kilo Whopper went on display ahead of tomorrow's national celebration. The 1.2-metre creation packs 30 kilos of prime Angus beef, 10 litres of creamy gravy and lashings of pastry.
It's a big challenge. You know, you need about 5 of my guys to carry it, to put in the oven.
Obviously French-made. Mini versions of the pie were later handed out during Australia Day preparations.
This weather report proudly brought to you by Mortein Nature Guard Automatic Odourless for continuous odourless protection.
Now, getting in for her chop amongst all the pre-Australia Day barbecues, here's Emma O'Sullivan with the weather.
Thanks, Stephen. Good evening. I'm down here at the banks of the Yarra. I think these guys from Masters and Hoppers Crossing have the right idea, knocking off from work just a tad early to get Australia 15 to 22. So, Stephen, that's the forecast. A little bit of rain around, but not heavy rain, so I hope you, like these guys, have a great weekend.
Thanks, Emma, and that is 10 News for this Friday night. On behalf of the team, take care and have a great Australia Day.